Hey, are you looking to change your safety culture? Because we have On The Job on with us next, and they are using gamification to change the way you learn. Okay, welcome to a super exciting episode. We have On The Job on set with us. We have Peter Gammel, the president, and we have Kate Marlow, the VP of Customer Experience and Learnings. Welcome, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So we have had so much fun with you guys. We got to play the game, which Adam's buying us beers. We'll tell you all in the comments where to show up for beers. This is getting expensive. We got to hear about how you're taking data to really change behaviors, cultures, and pull amazing information across industries. But who's the perfect ideal client for you? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, I mean, any organization that's looking for cultural change and behavior change with their workforce, they're particularly challenged by incident rates if they're high. But I'd say the ideal profile of the individual we'd like to talk to is those who are in a decision-making position in operations that are really motivated to change their workforce incident rate. That's specifically focused on the safety world, but it also melds into leadership development and organizational development because all the stories we have combine those themes together into one. And I'd say innovators, anybody who's ultimately wanting to make a difference in the manner in which their people work and engage.
And I might add, Peter, anybody who wants to make a difference in the way that training looks in their organization. It's pretty easy these days, or it's pretty common these days to hear organizations say, oh man, our training just feels like we're checking the box. People don't care about it, we don't really care about it, but at least we're getting those checklists done. At least we're following compliance, and there are a lot of organizations out there, we know, that really want something different, that really want to put learning and behavioral change at the forefront of how they train their people. And we are absolutely looking to speak with organizations who are all about that.
Kate, you nailed it. Like, you're so right. There's so many people that I've seen this at multiple organizations where it's like training time, click through. Oh man, they're forcing me to watch this video.
Right.
I'll have it playing in the background while I do this.
Training,
and it's
right?
done, and I can answer these questions, check, done. There's no thought process. There's no, like, taking the moment to be introspective and saying, okay, what if this went wrong? How do I really respond? Your platform will stop that. It'll stop the checkbox culture of learning.
Definitely, and that makes a real difference for the learner in front of the computer or the phone or the learner who's owning the mistake, but it also makes a real organizational difference. The way that people start to think about learning is different. The way that people start to think about their mistakes is different. How great would it be if you could create a culture where instead of hiding a mistake or failing to fess up to a mistake, somebody said, yeah, I messed that up, here's what I did, and now we're gonna share it, where people are taking ownership. And that's not only going to have a cultural impact, it's gonna have an impact on the bottom line too.
Well, you know, I just picture on a construction site, right? Like in the room where the superintendent is with all the guys. Imagine them sitting there doing that training and discussing and arguing these questions to the staff. Like, how amazing would that be, right?
Yeah.
You know,
in the gaming environment, as you experienced, is not something you can just sort of mindlessly go through. You actually have to think about it. It's called Experiential
learning. It's called experiential learning.
That's a lot easier. Experiential learning, and you have to think about it. You can't sort of just float through it.
Yeah,
and that's the difference. And also, we believe that we can achieve an 80% knowledge retention compared to a typical 10 or 15% knowledge retention. And the reason we believe that is because it's experiential, but it combines 4 proven strategies that increase engagement. It's gaming, micro-learning, peer-to-peer, and storytelling. Arguably the stickiest way you can deliver any content.
That is amazing. So that's your ideal client, but I'm sure there's like partnerships and associations that would benefit. So who would that look like?
Definitely. So we really love partnering with associations or institutions and organizations that want to make a difference in the way that training is delivered. and are interested in gathering data about the industries that they serve and really understanding how those industries operate and what makes those industries tick. We can definitely fulfill that for them while helping them provide really excellent training that not only forces people to think really critically, but differentiates them in the market of training or delivering learning assets.
Yeah.
So first comes to mind Energy Safety Canada. They would be like a North Star, a great organization to work with because they do so much good in the safety world, and we could help them do even better.
Yeah, it's about aggregating that industry-wide data to truly understand where that industry is and where the workforce is. Especially given that we have a demographic shift happening. In the next 5 years, roughly 35% of the workforce is reaching a mean retirement age of 62,
Right.
which represents an enormous loss of wisdom and operational understanding, which industry covets. How do you capture that information, those stories, those experiences, and transfer them?
I know, it's with On the Job.
Well, think about the differentiator, right? Like think of construction companies or even engineering companies bidding on a job, right? Then what's your differentiator when they ask for your safety program? Oh, here is our behavioral based, data-driven safety program. Like, whew, you'd blow people's minds.
I love that, and I love taking it to the association level because these are the groups that are writing the policies or helping update the procedures and standards, or are saying, okay, our industry needs this tool, or we need to have this innovation come to light, guys. But they can't pull all the data from the companies. The companies either don't share it or they're not collecting it in a way that's systematic. Being able to pull aggregate data across the industry to be able to reinvent how we do things, that is huge for industries to take the next step in safety.
And there's another aspect of our design that I should highlight, and that's that the idea is to essentially, when a learner engages on the job as a result of their employer establishing that we want you to go through this training, they're actually registering with On the Job and creating a learner dashboard that resides with them for their entire career. So a safety association or an institution like SAIT can reach those learners on an ongoing basis by downloading content to them or giving them the option of downloading their content.
Right.
So that gives them reach into that workforce on an ongoing basis. It's
huge.
not just a one contract with an employer.
Right.
The employer can download content into that space as well, but it's essentially linked in with context, if that makes any sense.
So, like, for example, let me just, APEGA, the Alberta Professional Engineers and Geo Scientists, they do these amazing updates, and they actually have learning modules that go with them. So if they were to work with you, for example, they just did an update on how documents should be peer reviewed, right? And what that actually looks like, and they kind of got into the nuance of their act and what they were expecting it to be interpreted as. They could take that training, do it with On the Job, so anybody who is registered with APEGA would get fed that.
Yep.
And now they can ensure that their message is getting out there.
Exactly.
They can collect the data back and see if it was clear. They could.
They've got a connection point to the workforce that they never possessed before.
Can you imagine?
It's crazy. The sky's the limit. Right? If you sit and think about it for a while, the applications are tremendous.
Yeah,
Yeah, we see that.
for sure. There's lots of potential.
Amazing.
And the next version of the game
Oh, okay.
will be head-to-head, where you can play a colleague directly from your phone.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not competitive at all.
Right?
We're not competitive.
And we should mention there's a classroom tool as well that you can use in a remote facilitated environment or facilitated in a classroom team-based challenge. Exactly the same game, but the point structure is a little bit different.
Because it's team-based.
Yeah.
Because that's how life is.
And the next step after that, self-authored AR for worksite training.
Love it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The plan is in view.
Yeah.
The future is gaming.
Does that please you, Caitlin?
It does. Oh my gosh, my nerd is full out today. Full out.
It's just
going.
decisions and consequences, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's amazing.
Wow.
I'm super excited.
Yeah. Let's play.
Let's play, guys. Check these guys out at
OnTheJob.ai. And if you want to reach me, I'm at Peter@OnTheJob.ai. And my phone number is 403-870-8119. Call me if you want to talk about the challenges you'd like to reverse.
All right, this is amazing. Thanks so much. This has been amazing having you guys. We really appreciate your time and sharing and letting us play your game.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. It was great fun.
It was
Really
great
enjoyed
fun.
it. Are we going to do another one?
Yeah, let's do
we have
it.
to.
Are we doubling down? All right, guys, you got to check this out on the job, and you're going to change the way your teams learn and behave. So it's next level. Check you next time.